We get hundreds of calls every week from entrepreneurs and business people. And what we find is that entrepreneurs are complex people and dynamic, and that's what it takes in order to build a business. So it's natural that they be complex and dynamic. And when it comes to the social aspect, building out their brand, in other words, on social media, they're oftentimes overwhelmed and they're not sure what to do, they're not sure where to start. So I made these notes for you so you could follow them. So how to identify your brand's target audience. First of all, you have to have clarity on what your brand is to begin with, right? So you have to identify your target audience. Well, how do you do that? And why do you do that? Because you better focus on your marketing efforts. You're going to increase cost of efficiency and enhance product development. So let's talk about that a little bit. People just run ads for the sake of running ads, as an example, right? You could spend your ads, but if you don't have a clear message and a clear call to action, then you're just burning money. So as soon as that ad runs out, then you got to run another ad. And if people can't follow what you're trying to do, then it's pointless. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of resources. So that's what this is about. So you have to kind of identify, who are you talking to? Like, who is it you're trying to actually talk to on social? There's billions of people on social. Figure out who your target audience is. Analyze the demographic of your audience. What age are they? Are they 18 to 34, 35 to 50? Kind of narrow that. Like for us, Dorothy House, we work with entrepreneurs. Yes, we do stuff for other people, for brands. We've done music videos, we've done documentaries, but our target audience is entrepreneurs and business people, because that's what I am and that's who we are, and we speak that language. And we built our whole company around that because we wanted to build a machine for entrepreneurs to come in and build out their brand. That's the whole purpose of our company. We're very clear about that. That's our singular focus and mission as a company. So we focus on that and we target that audience because that's who we're trying to speak to. And it's very important. Gender is important sometimes. I mean, sometimes that matters, sometimes it doesn't, but it's something you have to think about. The income range, are you trying to hit lower income people, higher income people? Are you doing lower packages, higher packages? What's their education level? The more narrow and focused and clarified you could get on this message, the better you're going to be. You have to understand your psychographics, a word that I love, which is basically, how do these people think? What are they thinking about every day? The more you can get into the minds of your audience and think the way they think, the better off you're going to be, right? If you could literally figure out what they're thinking before they think it, then you really win. It's like your wife, right? They want you to read their mind. They want you to know what they want before they even say it. It's the same thing for your audience. When people come to you, they're like, wow, this is what I've been looking for all along, because you've done the work to get into the mind of your audience. Think about what they're thinking so then you can help them. And that's what this is all about. You're trying to help people, right? So you have to think about what your audience is thinking about. That moves us to number 4, consumer behavior. What do these people do? What are they buying? Where do they shop? Are they online shoppers? Are they brick and mortar shoppers? Do they consume YouTube, TikTok, Instagram? Where are they at? Where are these people at? And what are they doing? What are their behaviors? What is their brand loyalty, right? What products do they use? Like, think about what products they're using, and touching on brand loyalty, like what brands are they actually loyal to? Business people, for us, we're thinking about our particular audience. Entrepreneurs, they kind of fall into specific categories. They read certain books, they have certain behaviors, they have certain habits, they consume similar kind of content. Entrepreneurs tend to consume business content, entrepreneurial content. They tend to be habit oriented. In many cases, they take physical fitness pretty seriously, and they have pretty serious routines. So we understand that. So we try to profile that and we try to target them because we know that we can help them, right? And as you're going along, this is a big one. One of my favorite words, data. Make sure that you're capturing your data as you're going along. You don't want to miss out on that opportunity. Sometimes it's a little bit too late, and you get a flood of leads and a flood of people, and you're not capturing the data. You want to be capturing the data as you go along. There's many apps, many programs, and many tools available for you to capture the data as you go along. And as you get that data, you want to survey that data. You want to be watching your social media analytics. It's easy now. You click a button and it says view analytics, right? You want to get feedback by building a community. Maybe you do a Facebook community. Maybe you do an online community. Now you can do lives. I think the future is going to be all lives. Everything's going to be lives. Housewives are going to be watching other housewives in the kitchen every morning with their morning routine. They're going to be competing with their children's lunch boxes to have the best Pinterest level boxes, and who knows, right? But what's happening is we're collapsing from media and going direct to consumer. Even with the filming, now I'm just gonna get right to the person that I wanna watch. They're gonna start doing lives, like reality show 360, in other words, right? You're gonna see the husband and wives in their element every day, and that's just where we're gonna go. So take full advantage of doing lives. Lives are super important. Do market research. There's a ton of research available already. As soon as you have clarity on what your focus is and who your target audience is, now you can search and find market research. There is a ton of information out there on online, on social media, on YouTube, on Google. There's no excuse. You can find all the information you're looking for. We have ChatGPT. I mean, there's so many resources available. It's easier now than ever to find your target audience and specifically target them and help them in the best way possible. Then you have to think about the practical application. So in a case of fitness, but at this point you have enough information, you're trying to figure out what is the most practical application of my offering. We knew that entrepreneurs, if they wanted to have an edge, I just went to a talk recently, right? I was at a conference just 2 weeks ago. Kevin O'Leary was one of the first speakers. The first thing he said when he got on stage, if you don't build a brand and you're not on social, you're dead. You're toast, is what he said basically, right? So when we built Dorothy House, when we built our company, we knew that. We knew that we had to build our company around social platforms, build a machine that had everything anybody would need on every level of entrepreneurship to build out their platform on social media and collapse time. That's the whole idea. We want to save people time so they're not spending countless hours watching videos, how to film, how to do lighting, this and that and the next thing. It's way too much information for an entrepreneur to be worrying about that. Entrepreneurs are working on delegating as they're building out their business so they can collapse time, get their time back. And so that's why we built our company. We want to help them save time and save them time by giving them this machine that's already in place. They just walk in and we're able to give them everything they need to help move them ahead way faster than they might be able to otherwise, to the front of the line, as we say, much, much faster. So figuring out what the practical application is of your offering, I put fitness app down here as one of those applications. If you were a fitness coach, as an example, that might be a good fit for you. And I use this as a category. If you were training women, 25 to 35, the psychographic, health conscious, tech savvy, meaning if I'm building an app for fitness people, I want to make sure my audience is tech savvy, that they believe in apps, that they're not trying to go back to books, that they're not trying to do pencils and everything else, right? That they believe in the power of apps and that they help you and they save time. Behavior. They like to use fitness technology. They're into fitness technology. They like it, right? I've gathered information at this point. They tend to purchase health products. It might seem obvious. Weights, bands, you know, they're into fitness. That's their whole world. So it might seem obvious, but people a lot of times don't want to do this work, and it's really not that complicated. You just got to kind of sit down and think about it first. And I always tell people on every call that I'm on, and our whole team when we're on with people, we try to help people make their offering less complicated, you know, but it takes effort and you have to sit down and think about it for a little while. So when you execute, you're not wasting your time. You're taking off right away and you move to the front of the line. So I'm glad I was able to share this with you. I'm going to have a whole series of videos like this because I want to help people. I'm trying to build a community for free because I know consumers, they get lost. And when people are trying to build out their brand, they need as much help as possible. And that's what I'm here for. I want to give you as much information and as much value as I possibly can with everything that I've learned over the past several years that I've been working in this space. And as an entrepreneur, I've been an entrepreneur since I was 16 years old. I had my first company when I was 16, printing t-shirts in my garage, and I've been an entrepreneur ever since. I've had ups and downs. So I speak from a position of authority, and I speak to you entrepreneurs because that's what I am. I speak the language of entrepreneurs because that's what I am. I was born to be an entrepreneur. I always knew I was going to have my own business. So I'm here to help you. So stay tuned for more information. Thank you.